Afternoon, traders. Welcome to the New York market color session, which is just going to be a recap of what we had during the London market color session. My name is Cynthia, and I'll be focusing on pairs such as GBP USD, EUR USD, DXY, and that's it. So on the weekly time frame for the DXY, we've been looking at this for a couple of days, weeks now, even months. Our point of interest is the left shoulder right there, residing at 107.581. And of course, we know that there's still more room for DXY to sell to the upside, buy to the upside. And coming out to the daily time frame, we can actually see the most recent price action is actually bullish, right? And we've been looking at this high right here, the high residing at 99.830. You may see price clearing that high residing right there. And coming down to the 4-hour time frame also, we're actually looking at the previous price action, which was bearish, minor structure was bearish until the break of structure happened. And we saw this very big impulsive move to the upside. Where is this targeting? The target is the high right here at 99.855 on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame also, we're actually looking at 98.738 as our point of interest, because we're looking out for price to sell to this level. Again, the left shoulder at 98.783. So we were looking out for entries in alignment with the short-term sell buyers that we had this morning, but we actually spotted this right here, shoulder sweep break, stalled, returned into the shoulder, sold a bit, and then we saw a trade above, indicating a box pattern failure, but all things being equal, I'm still interested in looking out for sell opportunities on DXY. Right, so there's an entry here that I'm looking out for, shoulder sweep break, return, the 5 minutes time frame. I want to sell DXY. Right, there's even this very wide value gap right here that price may fill before continuing the sell to the downside. And on EUR USD, we had this outlook earlier. We wanted to see price sell into 1.06763 on the weekly time frame, shoulder, sweep, break, return into the left shoulder at 1.06763. And coming down to the daily time frame also, most recent price action is actually bearish, and we're actually looking out for price to trade below this low at 1.14673, and eventually we should see this low being taken out, the low at 1.13984. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what price is doing. Fibbing from point A to point B. Right, we're actually looking out for price to retrace right back into 61.8% fib level and into this fair value gap. That was what we're looking at during the London market color session, but all we saw was even more reaction of that point, and price hasn't retraced to our point of interest, right? This is actually on the much higher time frames, the 4-hour time frame, so it will take a while for that to happen, right? Still looking out for buy opportunities on EUR USD, the 15 minutes time frame, right? There's a shoulder right here, there's a sweep, there's the break. This is exactly what I'm looking out for for price to retrace right back into the left shoulder to spot 15120. And once that happens, I am longing Euro USD. I'm interested in longing Euro USD. This was our previous point of interest as to where we wanted to buy Euro USD from, because there was a box pattern failure right here. Price traded below, and all we saw was price, printing out another entry on the 15 minutes time frame. So let's see if this would hold, right? And how would we know if we don't pull the trigger for a buy once price gets to our point of interest? Please do take notes so we can take opportunities in the market. And last on my list being GBP USD, weekly time frame, same thing, point of interest. We want to buy once price retraces into 1424930. And on the daily time frame also, price has been overall, the most recent price action has actually been bearish. And on the 4-hour time frame too, we haven't seen more bearish moves, right? And of course, eventually, we should see price taking out the low at 1430090. And coming down to the 1-hour time frame, let's see what price has for us on the 1-hour time frame. All right, so I was actually looking at this level. It's not so obvious and it's not so pronounced. There's the left shoulder right here at 1431486. A little bit of a sweep to the upside and a break to the downside. Of course, this is what we want to see price do, but price to retrace right back here and keep selling. And seeing this, I'm interested in catching the short-term buy, right? We're looking out for a buy to sell. So I'm interested in catching the short-term buy. So on the 5 minutes time frame, I can actually spot this. This will be my entry for the short-term buy on DXY. Shoulder right here at 1430515. Sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price returns into this left shoulder, best believe I will be taking my buy positions. If you have questions, this is basically a recap of everything we analyzed during the normal market conversation and how they didn't really play out as we speculated and predicted, right? So, but then coming back, we actually spotted other opportunities, and we're just going to take positions in the market once price gets to a point of interest. If you have questions, if you have a different outlook on DXY, GBP USD, and Euro USD, please feel free to type in the chat box. If you have questions, if you have inquiries you want to make concerning our trainings and Falcon 2.0 bots, if you've been following us on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, you know that we've been talking about the Falcon 2.0 bots. It is working and subscribers are making money from it. Completely hands-free. You don't have to even monitor the market. The bot does everything for you. And within a 30-day trading cycle, you get to withdraw your profit from it. We've had clients who have made over 100% already within the space of 3 months. So if you're a busy professional or if you're an active trader also, and you want to make something on the side that you don't have to sit by the chart all day to analyze, feel free to visit valueflowtrading.com/Falcon for more information. And registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. Registration for the ATM cash flow training is currently ongoing. If you don't want to take the training yourself, you can refer people. For every referral you make, you have a commission. That's how things are being done here. So you can refer people, you can enroll, you can, whatever you need to do, just make sure that you get someone on board for the trainings, you get someone on board for the Falcon 2.0 bot. The referral commission for the Falcon bot is not a thing at the moment, right? But you can always push people and tell people about it. If there are no questions, we will be going on a very short break, and later on coming up for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. Do not go anywhere. I'm going on a very brief break, and we'll be back Yes, sir.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Market Call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. So far so good, just a quick summary of the analysis we had this morning. So starting with the precious metal, this morning we have a bias to buy. And if you look at the analysis just from the daily time frame, you're going to see that it's very much in a buy trend. And bias is deduced from the 4-hour time frame where we are expecting price, to rally all the way into the zone, and we can easily begin to look for opportunity to short back down. All right, but let's go straight to the lower time frame to see what plays out. So our analysis this morning was that on the 30-minute time frame, we're expecting price to still pull back a little bit into this 30-minute shoulder. But just immediately after the market call-off, price created some entry signature somewhere here, and you are going to see that much more clearly on the 5-minute time frame. So just this morning after the market call-off session, you see price created a clear boss pattern around this level, and even both to the buy and to the sell side. So on the buy side, this was an entry for a sell, which we took during the end of the London session towards the break, just to sell all the way to this entry for a buy. And this is the boss pattern for the buy too. You can see the shoulder here between the sweep of liquidity and price already broke to the upside. That was just immediately after the analysis this morning. And then just with that, you can see the shoulder waiting for price to, pull all the way back. And this was the entry for the last buy. However, we are still very much optimistic, waiting for price to still come further to trade into this 30-minute shoulder level here, so that we can also follow through to the 4-hour POI that we are resting at this particular point. So this is it. And if that did not happen today, being Friday, then it's going to be POI for next week. Then it's going to tell us that next week is going to be a buy sell, which of course we are expecting the precious metal to still rally a little bit more into this POI here, then begin to short all the way back down. All right, so that is that for the precious metal. A quick one to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. All right, for the yen basket on the 4-hour time frame, we are going to observe that we've seen price pushed all the way almost into this order block and this reference point. So we are expecting a little level of pullback, then we can continue the rally of the yen basket. So that becomes much more clearly on the 4-hour time, 1-hour time frame, as you can see the sweep of liquidity. But before we analyze this 1-hour time frame, I need to call our attention to something going on the weekly time frame. You can see what the weekly time frame actually did. It came to reject price at the tip of the shoulder, which is this particular point here, right? And then we are seeing price moving all the way back up. So back to the 1-hour time frame, we're now seeing a structure within structure for a buy setup. So I'm of the opinion that price is still very much going to come into all things being equal, there's high tendency to see price retrace a little bit into this level to take out this liquidity and begin to buy further to the upside. All right, so this is what I'm saying on the yen basket, and let's use that to interpret the other yen correlated pairs, starting with GBP JPY. So if you look at GBP JPY from the higher perspective, from the daily time frame, we are going to observe what we said this morning, that if today happens to be a bearish day, they closes bearish, then we already get our direction for next week. And if you look at it from the 1-hour perspective too, we are still waiting for price, to retrace a little bit more because we already see the market structure shift. But we are seeing liquidity around this level, which we still expect price to take out and tap into our BOI. If you look at where we marked this morning to, is exactly what is playing out there. So we have somewhere marked somewhere here in the morning just as a low probability trade. If paraventure price sells very much into the downside, we expect it to get there and start reacting. But this morning, we just see after the market color, price just retraced back, of which it did not sell further before retracing. So it just retraced back and continued itself to the downside. So we are just waiting very much more for the entry signature on the 15-minute time frame. That is much clearer on the 15-minute time frame because we already see our sweep of liquidity at this particular point, and we've already seen the break of market structure at this low too, right? So that is where we are expecting price to pull a little bit back more to take out this liquidity around this level. And as soon as price does that, we are shorting GBP, GPY all the way to the downside a long time. Or where are we going to short it all the way to? At least we are going to short GBP, GPY to come and take out this liquidity here on the 4-hour time frame. So we are selling it all the way to go to spot 3 or spot 5. So that is what we are seeing on the GBP, JPY moving forward. And lastly, for Euro JPY, what we have playing out on Euro JPY too. We have similar price action to playing out on Euro JPY, as you can see on the 1-hour time frame. We already have a clear market structure shift. Now let's confirm a particular move so that we can be informed. Great. So we are still expecting that Euro JPY, if they're going to retrace, it should do at least 50 or 60%, 61.8% fib level, which is going to be somewhere around this place. And we begin to continue the shorts because of what we have here. Now, where are the liquidity points we have on Euro JPY? This is the first one. Why this is the first one? Why this is the second one? It becomes much more clearly on your lower time frame. If you look at it, even from the 30-minute time frame, the shoulder level is very, very obvious. As you can see, around this particular point, we have a very clear move here. And we've seen a clear market shift to the downside here. So this is the sweep of this liquidity, and the liquidity is built again before the break of market structure. So all things being equal, price is expected to come and take out this guy here and even attempt this one before selling further to the downside. So this is still our outlook, and we are still waiting for price to play out what we have on the board for Euro JPY. All right, so this is it for Euro JPY and also for GBP JPY. If there are further questions, I would love to take. And if there is no questions, this is going to be the end of the market color brought to you by the Value Trading team. Till we meet again next week, Monday by 8:30 a.m. Make sure you trade cautiously and you use your proper risk management strategy. Remember, weekend is for backtesting and also preparing yourself psychologically for the new week, as next week is going to be a very profitable week for us. All right, so till we meet again next week, Monday by 8:30 a.m. Make sure you trade cautiously, you use your proper risk management strategy. I'm the Cheers and God bless.